Everybody, amprepairguy.com, 203-892-4119. So we have a TL922 here. The rotary switch finally showed up. I don't stock those. Actually, I'm gonna buy some just to have them there. That company's still in business, so no, the other one is too, but it doesn't have a big minimum order like the other one. So show you everything I see that it needs. Okay, so it's going to need new load capacitor. This one is damaged. You can't really file it. See that right there? Really close. That's too close. Okay. Plate side is damaged, but I should be able to fix that one. Okay, so I have a brand new used cap in perfect condition. So I'll swap that out. Customer wants the filter caps changed, so I'm going to change them. So someone did a mod, someone repaired the board at some point. So I must have blown the trace open. They put a new resistor in and the lead's bent over underneath to gap the trace where it's open. I looked at it, looks okay. So I'm going to fix this wiring right here. I'll add the series glitch resistor and the strap, and I'll show you the bottom. I'll be right back. See you soon. Back with the completed Kenwood Tl922. This thing was a lot of work. Wait till you see all the stuff I did to it. Lots of stuff. Okay, so customer wants to see it working on 20 meters. There are the settings. Radio set to 20. Audio hello. Shh, shh, shh. Audio about 60 watts or so. Reflect meter. Okay, so 2500 watt slug, Bird 43. The PEP kit, factory Bird PEP kit going into a Bird attenuator load. Audio hello, audio hello, 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 tit 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 tit. Audio hello, hello. Higher voltage setting. Audio hello, 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250. Audio hello, hello. Audio hello, 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 and it works as it should. Tit 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 tit. Audio tit 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 tit. Audio tit 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 tit. Audio tit tit tit. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so cool off for a sec. I'll shut it off, let the fan run. Does that automatically as the delay off for the fan. And I'll open it up and show you everything I did. So I also tested it on 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10, and she is good. So it's a lot of work, a lot of work. Okay, so see you guys soon. Stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so here's the top. Replaced the air variable capacitor on the load side. Here's the old one. Where's that damage? One second here. Oh, there it is. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's over here in the corner. It's hard to see. Yeah. Same one. Okay, so have my test tubes in here. He's going to need a new set of tubes. I don't even know what they are. I think they're old IMAX, but there's no writing on them. And yeah, so I filed off the plate really well. So I use a regular file, then use like a nail file, and then I use denatured alcohol to get rid of any residue. So I put a Harbach filter cap board in, I put a series glitch resistor in, meter protection diode in, zip tied all the wiring. I went underneath the board and made sure the leads for that resistor that are folded over are soldered really well. So that's fine. Snugged up on the connections for 240. It's wired for 240. Put the strap in as part of the low inductance mod. To the eliminate parasitic issues. Okay, it's tied. I will flip it over and I'll show you the bottom. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's the bottom. Customer was concerned about a solder job for the line cord. It was soldered, but they didn't put a lot of solder on it, so I soldered it better. More solder. Tightened up on the nut for the cord strain relief. Grounded the grid connections for each socket. Did the self-bias modification. Changed both SO239s. I use ones from Max Gain Systems. Awesome people over there. Great people. So, new band switch. This one's from Multi-Tech. There's the old one. I told you I'd show you the contact that's messed up. It's right here. See? So, place that. I already had the 10-meter mod. Added the strap over here. So someone tried to put in a power switch, so it was new. I just opted to clean it. I took all the majority of the wires off and redid them because it was done just really bad. It wasn't the customer, it was the person that the customer got it from. So I put a line rated cap across it. They use a 4700 puff. I have 10,000 puff ones. So that is good to go. That was fun. I cleaned the TR relay with deoxygold. I cleaned the relay back there that does the biasing and also controls the standby to operate lamps. So I cleaned that really well. And you know, I reversed the ground. They had the ground lead coming off the cap, the load capacitor coming down underneath, and it was dangerously close to the thing. So I've never seen one with it down here. So it's like a stud as a screw. It's weird. It's like a screw stud. So I took that out and reversed it. So it was the opposite way right here, sticking up. So now it's like all the other ones. The strap going from the coil over to, I believe, the I forget if it's the common. No, sorry, not the common. Let me know. I have to look. Yeah, the common on the front rotary switch. It's the common, then that connection goes back to the other half of the switch. But anyway, the strap didn't have they use like a protective sleeve over it to stop it from touching ground if the strap were too close. So I put some heat shrink on it, and I made sure I have ample room, so it's not going to move. It's rigid, so that's good. Made sure all the other straps are, you know, far enough away from each other and ground so they can't flash over. And I think that's about it. So I always put a little bit of silicone on a few of the caps just to stop them from possibly sliding out. I've seen that happen before, so I've always done that with this and the SB220 when you put the caps in, just a tiny bit. I use GE Type 2 clear silicone. So everything else is good. All the solder joints, I touched up on things, and this was this band switch just took forever because whoever did the other one just really screwed it up. I mean, I just had to clean up the straps and trim a few because some were really pointy and you don't want really sharp points the way he had them. And oh man, I just wanted a wide surface area to solder to the tabs. So it's all done finally. So, and it works. So if you have an amp repaired, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 203-892-4119. That's 203-892-4119. Websites are amprepairguy.com and also harbauchelectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be working on a AL80B on Monday. The parts came today, so I will get on that. And I, like any other amp I work on, I always check the fuses first, and it had the right fuses in here. So AL80B had a what was it, a 20 amp and a 10 amp. So, and it's wired for 240. Okay, so big no, you want 2 amp fuses in that amp when it's on 240. Alright, so I am done for the day. It's Friday. I have to pack a hardbox kit, bring it to the post office, and that's it. It's 2:30. I get up at 4:15. I started today at about 5:20, so I've been working a lot of hours. Okay, so I hope everyone has a great day. I mean, a great weekend. 73. Oh yeah, I only had 1 cup of coffee today, so thanks for watching. Till next time, 73.